Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Kaiwaza with you, John Charles. It's time for a Hawaiian record update. Haven't had one of those in a long time, but I've amassed enough albums in the related field to give you an update on more recent additions to my, I call it my Hawaiian collection. I mean, largely it's Hawaiian, Polynesian, and Exotica, tiki music, all of that. Yeah, so I'm having myself a little cocktail. I invite you to have a drink, sit down, pull up a chair. I just kind of threw this together, but it's Diet Coke with rum, and I put in some dragon fruit and acai, what do they call it? Skinny syrups, no sugar. I'm diabetic, so I'm still drinking. But I have to say, this is amazing. This tastes really good with that dragon fruit and acai syrup. So go pour yourself a cocktail, a beverage of your choice. Join me here in the House of Pleasure, the Casa de Tiki Java, as we look at my more recent Hawaiian additions. I have to draw your attention to my shirt. I know you can't really see it, but this was sort of a recent acquisition at a thrift stop, and I think it's really cool. I wore it out today, and several people stopped me and were like, "Oh my God, I love this shirt!" Like, it's interesting, kind of a half-half shirt. This side says American Samoa, and this side says Western Samoa. Which it has, Western Samoa has changed their name to just Samoa, so now it's even more confusing when you're talking about Samoas. Which one are you talking about? Okay, so let's get started and have a look. Now, first up, I have a couple of records. I'll just show them briefly and mention them from New Zealand. These are both by the New Zealand Maori Chorale from 1975 and 1978. These are both traditional Maori songs, music sung by the chorale. This one features Vicky Baker, or I'm not sure how you pronounce her, as a soloist on several, but not all of the songs. They both kind of mention, one of them, about how these are traditional Maori songs with fascinating Hawaiian rhythms. But I would say, I don't know what exactly their definition of Hawaiian is, but I wouldn't call these Hawaiian accompaniment or Hawaiian rhythm. There's no ukuleles or steel guitars or vibraphones or anything like that. It's purely orchestral. I mean, it is like a full-on string symphonic sort of orchestra. And there's also some songs that are like guitar, Spanish guitar, whatever accompaniment, but very nice, very nice. I wouldn't call it Hawaiian. Kind of funny story. I had this record like decades ago, and I don't know what happened to it. So I just recently found it somewhere and got it again, because there is a song on here I used to play. It was so funny back when I was in college. The things you do sometimes. It's a beautiful song. I loved it on this record, and very sad sounding. And I would somehow, I don't know why, I would imagine myself when I was standing on a Waikiki bus, which sometimes were very, very crowded, and we're like standing room only, and you just have to be standing in the aisle holding on to the whatever. And this song would come in my mind, this sort of sad sounding song that's very beautiful. But I would just stand there and imagine, like, my people, how we suffer now. We have to stand. We islanders must stand on the bus. What has become of our island? You know, I would honestly just, I mean, it would be sort of funny when I was doing it, but I would actually do it. I would think about this song while imagining that. But anyway, yeah, these are interesting. Love this record. Now, so the record's okay. I mean, the record's not fabulous or anything. It's fine. George Tumahai and his Tahitians. Welcome to Tahiti. It's from 1960, 65, I don't remember, 63, 67. New glasses. I feel I can barely see out of them. 1967. But it's the artwork. I love the artwork on the front, and there's cool kind of clip art, whatever stuff on the back. Love it. The songs are all sort of standard Tahitian songs, and maybe I would say I like, George Tumahai, but slightly disappointing because it's really just him singing. It's not like there's a group of people singing, backing him up and whatever. There really isn't. But also of note, these records were on Viking, the Viking label out of New Zealand, which was known for doing tons and tons and tons of Polynesian music. This is on Salem Records. Salem Records out of New Zealand, lesser known, also did quite a bit of Polynesian music, and I didn't know this until I was looking them up, but Salem Records was actually founded by two people who used to be part of Viking Records, so they kind of struck out on their own and did Salem. And Salem has quite a few nice, like I said, definitely not as much and definitely less known than Viking, but Salem has done some nice Polynesian records. Here's an instrumental record from Japan, Sunset in Hawaii by the Blue Hawaiians, also released as Hawaiian Best Hits in Hawaiian Rock, which is kind of deceptive because it's not really rock music at all, but it's very nice instrumental Hawaiian music. So this one, definitely in the Exotica range, so to speak. I picked this one up. Orchestra Superstring is the group, Kalopia, and I just picked it up because I had been seeing it on a bunch of outlets all of a sudden at a reasonable price. I don't know what was going on, whether whoever had them, whatever company or something was kind of clearing them out or something. I don't know, but they were quite reasonable price because I don't usually buy newer vinyl, new release vinyl, because it's quite expensive and all of that. This one, though, is from 2012, and it's a compilation of their previous material. However, they only did 2 other records in 2010, 2002. I can't read my own writing. And 2011. And this this compilation came out in 2012. So I don't know why you do a compilation when you've only done 2 albums. But anyway, they did, and I bought it because it was kind of reasonable. And I'm very glad I did. I don't know anything about this group, Orchestra Superstring, except they are Los Angeles-based musicians. The album is called Kalopia, I believe is how you pronounce it. I didn't even know what it was. And I think a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but when I first got this record, I looked it up and I remember this thing that's odd because it was a city in Greece or something, and then in Cyprus. But I didn't really look it up right. And later on, when I was looking it up more, I'm like, oh, wait, okay. Kalopia is interesting. It's a made-up place, actually, that people have made up in their minds and created like little web pages and Facebook pages and things for it. It's supposed to be a sort of a imaginary, perfect artistic community for creating artistic works. Sort of a utopia, right? So that's what they named this album after in one of the songs. I'm always a little bit iffy on new Exotica music. I mean, new, this is 2012. It's new to me. I'm like classic sort of LP era. You know, because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's just like too surf, or it's too all over the place, or they try and do too many things. I ended up actually really liking this album. And of course, it's not Hawaiian, and there are maybe on the album 3 or 4 tracks that are definitely, though, tropical island sort of sounding jungle-esque tracks, and then some just kind of weird Exotica music that was enjoyable, though, not irritating. I just find sometimes people, you know, the groups, they want to do completely weird stuff and out there stuff that just sounds annoying sometimes, or whatever. I don't know, but I find that I have, unlike some more recent material, that I do have gone back and listened to this LP on its own after listening to it and digitizing it and putting some selections I liked on Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio. I have actually returned to this and played it several times just to enjoy it, because I do find I enjoy this Kalopia album by Orchestra Superstring.
Greetings from the archipelagos of paradise. Do you need a break from this horrendous winter weather? Come and join me on the online radio station that will make you all warm inside. It's called Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio, and there Mr. Kaiwaza will be spinning vintage island platters all day and all night for your tropical enjoyment. You'll hear traditional Hawaiian tunes of the past. You'll hear beautiful selections from the Polynesian islands. And you'll hear exotic sounds and music from the deep, dark reaches of the Tiki Bar. Come and join me on Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Just click on the link below, and it will take you directly there. Hawaiian Hi-Fi Radio on live365.com. Meka leka hai, meka hai niho.
That's a good drink. Now we travel on to Japan. As if you couldn't tell from the cover, it's a Hawaiian album. Like, there would be some confusion. I don't know. This actually says, I don't know if they really meant that to be the title. This says, Dick Mine goes to Hawaii. That makes sense. Lovely album. It's a gatefold. He is a singer. He was a Japanese singer who did learn how to play steel guitar, and he is playing a solo on here called "Lips to Mine" or "Lips to Mine." Maybe that was a M-I-N-E. Maybe that was a joke. I don't know, but it's beautiful steel guitar solo. I love it, and a nice album. A little bit about him. He was born in 1908. He passed away in 1991, 82 years old. His recording career actually went through the entire Emperor Hirohito era, which ran from 1945 to 1989. So he was recording during that entire time. Started out just very young doing some jazz and dance bands. His father was unhappy about that, wanted him to pursue banking. He had a job at a bank for a little while and was like, I'm out of here, I hate this, and went back to music and became quite successful, obviously. In the 1960s, as many celebrities do political things and whatever, in the 1960s he actually became known as an anti-nuclear activist in Japan. 1982 was his last hit. He passed away in 1991 at 82 years of age, and he is performing here with Dick Mine and his Aloha Waikikians. And it's funny, the description in here says that he liked to go to Hawaii quite often. And one time when he was there, he just decided impromptuly, like, I should record a Hawaiian record. Why not? And so he went to the recording studio and he gathered his Hawaiian friends and they recorded this album. That's what it says. You know, I'm sure it probably didn't quite happen that way, but can you imagine, like, yeah, let's record a record right now. I'm here for a couple more days. I mean, let's just do it, you know. I mean, it's not impossible that it happened that way. This is a Hawaiian falsetto singer, Kaleo, in a Japanese recording from 1982 on Trio Records. I tried to find more information about him. It's the only recording I have from him. My advice to Hawaiian musicians getting into recording is probably don't use the name Kaleo as your name, because there's like so many singers and people using the name Kaleo because it means the voice and it's sort of a natural, but oh wow, try and find information on any particular one, kind of difficult. So another addition to my sort of mini collection of recordings of South Pacific, Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical, Broadway musical and film. 100,000 copies of this have, been done by so many people. I don't know why I'm really wanting to get collections of South Pacific, because I just started few years ago, because I never was necessarily into the music of South Pacific except for Ballet High, of course, which everyone knows. But something clicked, I don't know, and I'm like, hey, when I find them for cheap, I'm gonna get them because I just want to have them. And some of the covers are great and it's kind of cool, and it should be playing on Hawaiian Hi-Fi. I mean, South Pacific was one of the most successful Broadway musicals of all time. Here's one from 1986. Surely this is one of the last South Pacific records recorded on vinyl. Quite a few people really liking this recording. In particular, it's this well-known names here. Kiri Kanawa, New Zealand, or Kanawa, New Zealand artist. Jose Carreras, Sarah Vaughan, who was kind of a nice change on this album, I must say, if you don't want particularly more operatic voices. And Mandy Paddington. I always said it was Pattikin, and now I'm looking at this like it's not. It's Pat-in-kin, Mandy Patinkin. Back in the day, 1986, when he was very young and cute, I'm not saying that, you know, he's unattractive when he's older, but we all have our salad days. This was definitely Mandy's salad days, right? Quite a production. I mean, there's a gatefold, and there's like a, I'm not going to show you all this, I don't think, on a whatever, but there's like a booklet that comes with it in several different languages that just talks about some of the behind the scenes or story or whatever of making the recording of this album. So it was a good one to have. I didn't have it. Do I think it's like, oh, so much better than all the other recordings? Like, no, but you know, what do I know about it? I don't know. It's good. It's okay. I appreciate Sarah Vaughan being on here. She's on 3 of the songs, I think. I like her a lot, you know.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy.
Happy talk, keep talking a happy talk. Talk about things you'd like to do. You got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna?
Here's yet another South Pacific. This one a British studio recording from 1965, sent to me by my friend Vaughan from the Netherlands. You might recognize this cover photo, beautiful cover, as seen in Polynesian Fantasy, the Out Islanders, a rather well-known Exotica record on Capitol.
This nearly was mine. One girl for my
Ballet I may call you any night, any day. In your heart you hear it call you, come away.
Here's an interesting 1962 offering from the Howard Morrison Quartet, a New Zealand record called Maori Songs on La Gloria, a label I've never heard of before. Some straightforward Maori tunes and some very jazzy renditions. Really nice album.
I just had to get this to get it because I'm not a fan of Micronesian. This is Micronesian, of Micronesian singing. It's a very nasally, the traditional type. I don't really like it. The reason I usually pass on Melanesian and Micronesian records, unless there's some reason to get them. And this one, I kind of thought, okay, I will get this one because it is Gilbert and Ellice Spectacular Gilbert and Ellice Islands dance group, because it was a dance group, and I thought, okay, this is gonna be cool because there's probably gonna be like drumming and it'll be more active and that will be kind of cool. as the picture indicates. And indeed, it kind of is. There are still some songs that are very nasally Micronesian type singing, nothing personal. I mean, Micronesia is wonderful. Love Micronesian people, love their dresses. And yeah, but I don't like their singing, sorry. It's just a style. Tahitians kind of do it too sometimes in a like a Himeni style. It's in the nose. It's intentionally in the nose, and I don't like listening to it. But there's not much of that on here. This is more like chanting with the drumming, calling out things. So it's kind of cool. If you wonder, like, I don't see the Gilbert and Ellice Islands anywhere on the map. If you've checked, like, I don't see this place. Where is this place? You probably don't know by its current name either, but it used to be a colony of the United Kingdom, Great Britain, until 1976. Phosphate mining is what was happening there, primarily on Ocean Island in particular. Then in the 70s, they split Gilbert and Ellice Islands, and they became independent countries, I think, with a couple of other islands around them. They became independent. The Gilbert Islands became Kiribati, spelled Kiribati, and the Ellice Islands became Tuvalu. I've been to Tuvalu, only for one day, one little island on a cruise ship for a day. That's it. But I stuck my flag in the ground. Not really, I mean, but I claim it. I've been there. I've been to Tuvalu. I didn't hear any of this while I was there, but I saw some beautiful fish on a glass bottom boat and had a lovely day on this island. But anyway, yeah, so I just got that because I thought it would be kind of fun, you know. That's it. Those are my new additions. I hope you enjoyed that. Please give the video a thumbs up if you want to see more. Subscribe if you would like. Leave any comments below. I love to hear from you guys. And don't forget, you can actually hear entire selections from these albums on my online hobby radio station called Hawaiian Hi-Fi. That is on live365.com. You can hear that anytime you desire. Just clink, clink. I think in half of the videos I say clink. I don't know why. Click on the link below. Or just Google it or whatever and you'll find it. Hawaiian Hi-Fi. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day and we will see you later. I'm going to do a chat soon in the next few days, I think. Just a chat, life update chat video. So be looking for that.